behind. Check the radio, pit crew is far from slow. The lights no longer yellow. Ready, steady, go. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 In love with the ride. Burning rubber smells real nice. Fuel it up once or twice. Come on, fast is the way to drive. Crowds all on their feet, not one bothered by the heat. Imagine them in the driver's seat. Checkered flag would be sweet. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Everybody get ready. On your feet. Here we go. 3, 2, 1. Crank it up. Crank it up. Oh, it's racing. 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 Crank it up.
Well, I did say we weren't done here with Talladega there, my friends. And we're not. It's time to bring out what could best be described as probably one of our biggest lineups we've had in a long, long time here on Pizza Race TV. Race fans, welcome to Talladega Superspeedway, and this is the Sim 500 Superspeedway Series live here on the show. Hi everyone, I am the Crusader, Christian Trotter, joining you guys. Outside of that truck and back into the cars we go. It's time to take a look at our starting lineup and get down to business here on the show because there is a lot I've got to cover here in the ground. So let's get down to it. On the pole here, it is going to be Tyler Dalton, the 19 outside, in the number 26, that'll be Jose Gonzalez. Row number 2 is going to be the 02 of Shannon Wood. The outside in the number 41 is EJ Orick. Row number 3, that will be presented by Joey Gattina, and the 14 outside in number 28 as Doy Woods. Row number 4 is going to be the 31 of Eric Arnold, and the outside in number 69, that is going to be Dusty Burkhart. Row number 5 is Ron Holifield in the number 1. The outside in the number 15, that's Joe Hudson. Row number 6 is going to be presented with Zachary Douse. I'm going to probably say some names wrong here, guys. And the 72, the outside, and 32, it's going to be Louise Robinette. Row number 7 is the 34 of Chris Blanchard. The outside of number 16, it is Quentin Carpenter. And row number 8, it's going to be the 04 of Doug Sigmon. The outside of number 20, it is Hunter Parsons. Row number 9 is the 88 of Joseph Atchison. And the outside of the 24, it is Cody DeForge. Row number 10 is going to be the 127 of Kevin England. The outside in the number 48 is John Fowler. Row number 11 is going to be the 43 of Doug Roth. The outside of him in the number 60, John Hickman Jr. Row number 12 will then be the number 58 of Pedro Mojica. In the outside in the number 38, that is going to be Chad Coleman. Row number 13 is going to be Richard Beasley in the 10. The outside in the number 30, that'll be Brian V. Vacklin. Row number 14 is Scott Smiley in the 12. The outside in the 49, that is Justin Mons. Row number 15 is Mike Kelly, and the two to the outside in the 81, that will be Josh Parker. Row number 16 is Derek A. Myers. The 39 the outside, the 74 is Brian Wordman. Row number 17 is going to be Dijon Monte, and the 07 the outside, and the 96 is Gerald Livingston. Row number 18 is going to be Casey Duncan, the 71 the outside, and the number 61 is Joshua Ingram. And finally, last on the field here today, and the 22 is James Smith, and the 94, that'll be Andrew Schroeder. Andrew Schroeder. Yeah, if you guys couldn't tell, this is one of the biggest lineups we've ever had on this show. This right here is a field of drivers, and I'm sorry to say to some of them, we may not be able to get all of them right away on the show, so I apologize in advance up front, but this is one of the biggest fields we've ever seen here on P2 Racing TV. Oh my. This is 60 laps to the distance. This is going to be an absolute fight out. If you win this one, you best consider yourself a pretty good little driver, because you've got a who's who of massive undertakings and a lot of hard racers in this field and in this lineup, ready to boil it down and take it down to the wire here on this very hard to tame plate track style-esque race. But who will it be to figure it out before everyone else does? We're about to find that out in just a few short minutes. Off the corner down into turn number 4 from the front straightaway to the tri-oval. We leave the field of 36 straight to the line. Begin the Sim 500 Superspeedway race. Here we go. Oh my lord, what a roar. What a roar coming to the line. We'll start them off down on the back straightaway here, immediately out of the gate. Drivers already trying to stay out of trouble, trying to move their way through the field. I believe that is Joe Hudson, the number 15 it is, that is going below the yellow line, trying to stay out of the other driver's way for the brief moment here, maybe a brief period to kind of just get himself and his wits here. We went from seeing 7 drivers to about 33 more of them in less than a couple hours. Just shows you how crazy this league stuff can be sometimes. Field right now that is up in the top 10 here. They are the ones that are pushing and patrolling the stage here, trying to make some moves early on. Hard to really kind of figure out who's who and who's where at this point, because there's so much action going on, so we'll try to keep up with it. But right now we can tell you, Chris Blanchard, the number 34 right now, or the 19 I should say, he currently has 4 spots up at the moment, 3 spots for Dusty Burkhardt, and as well as Doy Woods in the number 28. He's got a little bit of a Davey Allison scheme going on there. Definitely a little reverting back to the Alabama gang days. The Alabama crowd's got to be loving that, knowing that what they known here for so long. Down inside the outside line though, we're going to fire him down with the 24 Cody D4s here in the Ford Mustang machine here with the inside there with Doug Roth with the 43 rocking a little Richard Petty scheming up on that STP machine. Beautiful looking rides here out on the track and on the surface here. Good to see so many faces and names that we have seen before here returning onto the show. We're trying to put up a little bit of a battle here. Now, we talked about earlier on how hard it was to get a draft going with the Truck Series. With the Xfinity Series, though, it seems like that's kind of null and void and not much of an issue. It seems like you can really get anything you want out of it and then some if you really put your mind to it and test the waters a little bit. That seems to be the early advantage here out of the gate as one goes to the bottom, then to the top. E.J. Orrick in the 41 takes the lead. And to be outdone, though, the number 26, Jose Gonzalez, trying to move one spot up from his qualifying position. He qualified second. He wants first. As he's got Tyler Dalton, a guy we've seen on here before, piloting the big 6'7", 500 number 19 as he works his way back down all around. 3 wide salute off into the distance here as you've got the number 9. I believe that's the number 31 up there. Yeah, that is the 31. That's Eric Arnold. Takes a 3 wide salute and trying to see if there's some run up on the top side. The boys tell him no, go back to the back is what they're trying to tell him. But the field's currently in a bit of a bind, a bit of an entangle, trying to figure out where they want to go and when and where to make their moves. A lot of these guys probably just trying to keep their heads straight, heads locked on, waiting for the right time to go at it here. And if you remember what I said earlier about on our YouTube live broadcast there for Pushing Loose Racing League, we will be seeing these guys 2 more times at least, January 10th and 17th, so stay tuned for that. And if this is the action we're going to get out of it, we might as well enjoy it while we can, because we've got some heavy hitting up to the front. The 16 of Quentin Carpenter out of Canada, taking for a little bit of a loop. Louise Robinette making a jump right up the head with the 5 guys, 32, moves the chains back into the field. John Hickman Jr. in the 60 trying to watch his positions, kind of mind the P's and Q's and hope for the best here to stay out of trouble. Chris Blanchard now 12 spots up. He's going for the race lead here as he's going to the front. Rack stacked, but on the attack and puts him back in the back. We've got a new leader. Our Charger award, though, you got to give the nod to the guy that is patrolling to the top side. There are 4 deep in. Watch out. Here comes the 39, Derek Myers. He is the hard Charger, 19, going for broke. Myers is leaving nothing up there in terms of the table, in terms of scope, what he's going for. He just wants the race lead, and he wants to try to get ahead of this field. Not a bad idea if you really think about it. When we entered into this race today, here we do 60 laps to the distance. They are on the Talladega Superspeedway setup, and also they've got a 70% fuel mileage rate, so that should, in total, convince them to at least have some time to kind of breathe and kind of work it around the track here. Tires-wise, they only get 1 extra set of tires here, so that will be what they're going to deal with for most of this race and through this event. Hunter Parsons, number 20 here, kind of laying low for the moment as the field continues to battle up hard and battle through quickly. Down to the top side again. We're going to go 3 wide, saluting back off the top again. And you can see right there, the hard Charger is not done. He started all the way in 31st. He wants the front. Myers, though, getting a lot of help there from guys like Katina, Macklin, Dalton, and all them. As they pack him in again, they are 3 in deep road centered set. Oh, they are not going to let up, and we're not even 10 laps into this race. They have no quit, no give, but all the fight to fight. This is impressive. Very awesome to see, and definitely a bit of a nice change of tune from the Truck Series earlier, where there was pretty much more of a strategy on tire and fuel strategy and limit due to the fact they couldn't really get much of a push. These Xfinity cars, though, it's like they're literally on the rails just trying to figure out how to get the other here. With the 70% fuel run, too, they should have enough to do at least 1 pit stop. You could see some have to go in for 2, though, just to make sure they've got enough. But choosing your spots and choosing the right time to go in is going to be a very difficult scenario. Especially when you're up this top and up this high. Eric Arnold, the 31, trying to get ahead of Blanchard, but Blanchard in the 19 just hangs on. And if you're Chris Blanchard right now, I envy not being you, sir, and seeing this behind you. It's literally like watching Jack Sparrow having to run away from the angry mob he is done ticked off. I think that's pretty much kind of how it feels in a stock car right about now, especially for Blanchard. They're going to increase the power up on the run here. They're going to move it right into the middle. You see the 81 of Josh Parker here. He's actually kind of hiding in the background. He's gone 16, almost 17 spots up. The 81 Hunt Brothers Pizza is on a hunt for not only the delicious slice of pizza, but also a piece of that pie in Victory Lane. And he's got everybody right in his sights, trying to figure out the rest. One thing I'm going to question, though, is if these guys are battling this hard right now, how in the heck are they going to get these cars to literally calm down enough to go into pit road when they have to? That's going to be my question. How is that even going to legitimately be done? I guess we're just going to have to find out later on, but nevertheless, Dusty Burkhardt, the 69, he now takes the lead over the Vol. 69 has reclaimed the lead. Field actually slowing down a bit. I wonder if maybe because I said something there, that's what got them all slowed up a bit here. We haven't forgot about the pack in the back though here. Everybody else kind of trying to linger in and move up to the chains. Every driver here right now kind of separating and spreading out. Parsons, Hollyfield, Doust, Robinette, Smith, Hickman Jr., Orrick, Sigmund, Dalton, Mojic. They are all kind of creasing and flying through in the metal pack there in the runs. While the front half here continue to lock horns and do battle here. I got a feeling there's a little bit of a difference in strategy on everyone's case and everyone's my deals and set. As we go up top side, Myers and Woods to the race lead. Woods is your new leader in the 28. And the SRTV network number 39 of Myers trying to keep that valve and lean. The 28 machine stabilized down to the core and down to the T. Trying to see if there's any kind of openings or any kind of levels to really play out from. Brian V. Macklin, though, as well, he's kind of fighting it out here with some of these heavy hitters as he sees everything in pursuit and tossing right up in front of him. Coming around the back of the outhouse, back into his qualifying spot. Hunter Parsons, the number 20 machine, currently heralding down the line and heralding through the field, just trying to hold up as much as he can here. If you do see the camera kind of spraggly going around a little bit, I do apologize in advance. I have not had a call race with this many cars in a while, so I'm going to try my best to keep the camera stable, but the producers are even yelling at me saying, man, what in the heck is going on down there? Because they just got so many camera angles we're having to switch in between from, so my bad. Jay Smith, the number 22 right now. A little bit of damage on the right front of the side. Probably scraped the wall up earlier. We saw a lot of smoke burrowing over as they kind of scraped around the track and around the walls there. Doesn't seem to be affecting them too badly, though, as the field continues to march their way around. Josh Barker now looks like he wants a piece of it as he pushes the 43 of Doug Roth right into the 31's clutches. Eric Arnold takes top side. Will we go 3 deep for the race lead again? Not if Burkhardt or Woods have anything to say about it. They don't want anything to do with them up top, so they're driving them straight into the ground. With that 550 horsepower package with that little bit of a low swing here on that Xfinity car, it allows these guys to really have to test and tune and really slam that gas pedal into new ground to kind of hang in there. There's not a lot of breathing room in terms of scope or control. You really just kind of have to watch your angles and watch your spots and hope for the best. Oh yeah, by the way, right now currently I talked earlier about how hard it was to get some speed going. These Xfinity cars, top speed right now, 212 miles per hour. That is guns blazing, my friends. Holy smokes. Coming back around down off the middle plane here. Everyone else is just patrolling through the field. Trying to wrap their head around it and trying to stabilize down through the turns into the corners. Joey Woods here going back into the middle plane. Derek A. Myers, Hard Charger Award winner recipient, 30 plus positions to the lead. Meanwhile, back behind him, look at this field of train drafters here. I made the joke earlier, we had our final 2022 draft Talladega Daytona draft train. I think this train has added a few more cars to its rails here. This is an absolute stacked lineup, as I believe from about 15 on back is in that little draft train. Probably just kind of keeping a close eye on what's up front right now, but what's going on up front is just an absolute collage, an absolute fight for the top honors to make it to pit road on time. This is a very, very risky maneuver though, because again, if you go this route, if you dare go this way, then you know you still have to hold down the line, still have to hold your car in position just to avoid any kind of trouble or any kind of issues here. They've got to stay focused here and really watch themselves through the corners. back down into the middle plane. Number 31 there of Eric Arnold here, staying in control with the 16 of Quentin Carpenter, one of our only Canadian drivers here. Gerald Livingston, the only other one out of Canada. Come out today to race it out here at Talladega, Alabama. Certainly putting on a good performance here for his fellow countrymen as well as his northern brethren. Meanwhile, up into the back of the pack, the 43 Doug Roth, the STB machine, continuing to look towards greater pastures, look for the higher grounds. But there's one track that I always said Richard Petty was famous for, would have probably been around in the Daytona 500 days. But he had success at Talladega as well. He had some great performances here against him and his old rival slash colleague and friend, David the Silver Fox, David Pearson. But of course here, if you talk about Talladega or Daytona, you can't go anywhere without saying the late, great Earnhardt, and of course his son Dale Jr., and even the Alabama gang, the Allisons, Bobby and Davey, the Flock brothers, all of them have laid host and came across this barren land to fight it out for the best and the top prizes that Talladega has to offer. Some greats and notable favorites as well have really figured it out throughout the years, throughout the times on this track. Of course, the modern day equivalents would be the likes of Brad Keselowski, Denny Hamlin. Even I'd throw in the Bubba Wallaces, I guess you could say. I'll probably get a little bit of hate mail for that one, but I'm being real with you guys. He does know how to run a plate track, so give him credit where credit's due. Joey Logano's in some cases. And of course, even maybe the Chase Elliott's now after winning his last race here at Talladega. You gotta throw all those names in the hat because you just know in the back of their mind they know how to put on a performance and they know how to really run the famed 0.66 mile long track. Now, for the record, we were not a part of this series as it was going on from the start, so let's give you guys a little insight and a little in brief what's going on. So, we're running, of course, with the Xfinity cars today, but this series, this league actually runs in total a different variety of cars. They run the Next Gen Cup cars, the Gen 6 Cup cars, the Xfinity Cup series, the Xfinity series, the Truck series, throughout their season and throughout their times here on the show. And actually, I gotta give a little refresher, not Gen 6, but the next 7 Gen 7s, next gens, so that was my bad. And throughout this season, so far in the Raceway Victory Lane, Daytona has seen Richard Beasley win and won at Daytona and Talladega going back to back. Brian B. Macklin had won at Daytona. He ran that into the Truck Series. EJ Orr got one there at Atlanta Superspeedway. Guess that one, but with the Next Gen Cup cars. Scott Simley pulled one off at Daytona with the Xfinity Series. Talladega Superspeedway saw Jack Coleman in the Truck Series pull one off. Talladega again in the next gens. Mike Kelly took one. Scott Simley at Daytona won the Xfinity Series race. Talladega was Tyler Dalton. Hunter Parsons took one in the Next Gen Cup Series at Daytona. And here we are today as we are currently in our start top 8 drivers lineup for the chase. So yeah, the championship is currently up for grabs. If I can get a top 8 on that roster as well, I'll let you guys in on who is who, but currently I have no such efforts or any way of really letting you know on that one here at the moment, so my apologies in advance. On board here with Josh Ingram right now, the number 61. He is 24 spots up in this field. We've seen Ingram before here, and we know how tough of a competitor he can be out on the track. You can't let him back down to the corner, and you can't let up on him too easily. He will find a way to come get you sometimes as he drives the Crown Royal 61 in through the speed into the distance. 21 out of the 60 laps completed, and the funny thing is not a single issue or wreck has happened. Everybody remaining clean as can be, keeping it nice and smooth. Absolutely insane just to see. Oh, I had to give the broadcaster Gerst not a good time to do it either. Look out up ahead, big wreck on a turn 3. Well, I had to open my big fat mouth sometime or another, I guess. The old broadcaster curse came back to haunt me and some drivers, and I think, unfortunately, one of them just happens to be the guy that was leading it. Looked like that might have been Chris Blanchard trapped in that one here, and he had nowhere to go, so we'll take another look at it. PTM as a replay. The Sim 500 PTM Raceway gives you all you need to know. The 31 catches the 19, and you see you can see once he went around, there was nowhere to go. He got trapped in there, and he got just completely discombobulated. Eric Arnold just slammed into the fence, into the ground, and into the track there. A huge, huge wreck, unfortunately, ensuing throughout the field. So here's the move, move the block down low. You can see everybody just trying to avoid, trying to escape it. They backed out quickly and backed down fastly and sharply, but then the 26 actually got clipped there. Looked like, unfortunately, just in a bit of a bad spot there and just couldn't quite get out of that mess in time. Wow. Real credit where credit's due. The fact they had this many drivers and went this long without any issues really or any situations that popped up until now, I'll give them the most credit in the world. And I will just say as well, I apologize to the 31 of Eric Arnold and the 19 there of Blanchard. I did not mean to give the broadcaster curse there. As soon as I said that, I thought immediately this might be a regrettable thing, I should say. So, if the boys want to hate on me, buddy, they can hate on me for that one. That one's on me. So, field as they come off a pit road, it's going to be Doug Roth in the 43 who takes advantage from that pit stop there. He'll have the race lead out of the gate here. We'll have to see how the rest of the field stack up in this one. Feel are going to have to get squared back up into shape here and back into their own little destiny here. Some absolutely wild little spots out of the gate and some wild performances from the drivers here, kind of setting everyone back a few spots and really back in line with one another. But you can just see too how crazy and how treacherous it gets on some of these guys, and again, a lot of drivers struggling to stay out of trouble. They know they can't get too out of hand and too out of crazy here. And unfortunately, it did do that in this case. So it looks like we're going to double file back up into the spots here. That is right. We're going to go back in, do double in. So here we go once again, bring it back down across the line here through the chicane of the turn 4 exit to the front straightaway tri-oval. Down to our little elongated green flag restart zone. Time to bring him back to the house, back to the line. It's time to see what the Sim 500 Superspeedway Series brings to the table. Cross strat in between here. Drivers right now trying to find the openings, trying to find the leg ups when they can, just to avoid trouble when at all possible. The number 1 of Ron Holyfield now moves his way into the front of the pack here. Looks like he wants to try to put up a little fight on these guys here. Field currently just stretched in a bit. The 14 Goey Katina, the Sim 500 camp, trying to keep the Ford Mustang hopes alive. The Mustangs have done well on this track before. We have seen them actually put on a great end of performance here. Trying to stay well-rounded and well diverse in what they're able to came up with and really control out on the track, and that seems to be their case. Running on right up on the front though, Doy Woods and Doug Roth right now. Still going at it. 2 generational driver numbers under the driver banners. And hard to think that those numbers were racing at one another one-on-one a lot of times, more often than not. Kind of stipulated through the track. Down to the edges here, Quentin Carpenter, the number 16 going at it here with the number 39, Derek A. Myers here. As the 1 Ron Holyfield keeps up with the traction, keeps up with the speed here. We go on board though with Joseph Atchison as he's 10 spots out so far. Ingram, by the way, he started in 36 today. He's 31 spots up right now. So he is now the new moniker of the Hard Charger Award setter. Myers couldn't quite get him by 1 point there, so that will kind of encapsulate what Ingram's been able to do, and exactly I think really what he wants to be right now and just kind of stay focused on the rest. The 38 of Chad Coleman, we've seen him already put on some incredible performances on the GOAT Racing League Next Gen Global Team Strategy Gen Series. But for this NOS Energy Drink number 38 today, his goal and game plan is to remain highly focused and smart on what he is trying to accomplish and what he's trying to contain, which is trying to just stay out of trouble, and maybe he can pull off another little race trick here for us and pull 4 wins out of a completely different series. The Exalta number 2 as well, Michael Kelly right now, he is currently dealing with Dusty Burkhart with the badly damaged up front and nose and rear of the 10AC 69. A lot of guys right now at this point just trying to stay within a clairvoyant spot and at the same time trying to avoid anything that could come their way. Kevin England, the 127, down 5 spots, qualified in the number 19 spot today. And to be 5 spots down right now here, either tells me he's just kind of trying to look at the long run, or he's looking at everything else that's going on in front of him and probably doesn't want anything to deal with it. Either way, he's being very, very selective on his movements and on his tracking here as we are approaching halfway done with this race. Doy Woods and Doug Roth once again still getting a little bit extra from the momentum from their fellow drafters behind. The Xerox number 1 of Holyfield trying to get him going quickly. As Ingram and Myers as well lick their way onto the track. Gatina up on the top side there with the 81 right behind him. Josh Parker is looking to muscle the 14 ahead. Sim 500 Esports League Racing number 14 machine trying to get some momentum going, trying to kick up the power and all the team up they can fight here. Some of these names I mentioned earlier on have been a part of the GOAT Racing League on the Tuesday night edition, and as well as the Saturday night editions. But it is kind of cool to just think that we have such a huge crowd and huge team on hand now to really go inside with these races and with these crews. And some of these guys actually had a team named Sim 500 there on the Saturday night of GOAT Racing League. They were racing out here, to which I think kind of helped out with the merger they are becoming with, as they will soon be with the GOAT Racing League entirely as well. 3 wide off the salute, down from the bottom to the top. Everybody right now getting their money's worth there. But it is currently Doug Roth who hangs on. They're still in it 3 deep. That is your battle for the lead. Overwhelming power and pressure being put on right now here. The high, wide open banks of Talladega putting on a show and giving these guys all they want and then some. Down the bottom lane right now, the number 39, Derek A. Myers able to scoot it ahead of the 43 of Doug Roth. Roth not able to keep him back there and trails him. Now, the 39 of Myers being trailed up too. Big push to Gatina from the 81. And Gatina with a drop down right in front of Doy Woods. A big throw off there for Woods. He couldn't keep him there. Gatina trying to take the lead away. He's got the bottom locked up. If he can just lock the horns up even more, he should be okay. Bumpers getting in, going through broke, going to the drive. Huge run coming down. Time to see what Gatina's got in store. Absolutely wild and insane racing so far throughout this day. Just continues to get even crazier and crazier, and I think it's about time we just stop doing the talking and we let these drivers do the talking. Race fans, how about it? Let's crank it up a little bit. It's time to let the drivers do the talking. The loud pedals are engaged. Let's roar with the score. Well, when you get on the show, you got to crank it up a little bit once in a while, and these guys have done so, and more often than not, in my opinion, today. 25 laps remain as we remain through the field. Though still in it right now currently, looking to really start to get a stranglehold, a bit more of a grip onto the surface planes and really settle them off down for the track here. Looks like lap traffic going to be a bit of a factor here, and looks like that was the number 22, James Smith, gets to get out of the way as the field continues to put the pressure on and power out through the track. Lap times right now are now exceeding into the 49 category. We got a 49.92 tied right now as the fastest time of the day, and that is absolutely wild to even think about, but that was set by Kevin England and Justin Mons. That was the fastest of the time so far. John Fowler saying you're doing an awesome job, man. John, thanks so much here. And Nicholas Quinn saying, where's Hop at? Which one are you talking about here, buddy? Give me a number here. Like I can't really know who's all who. There's it's like 40 drivers I gotta go through here. For those that are new on the channel as well here, we do ask you guys to give us a like and a follow here on our Facebook. Head over to our YouTube, subscribe there. It really helps out our channel, helps out our broadcasts, and definitely get us further in line, get us farther out with iRacing, as well as these drivers and leagues. We always want to give them a big platform to work with. We appreciate the support nonetheless, though, as you tune in with us right now on the show. Speaking of tuning in right now, Doug Robb looks like he's tuning back up to the front here. He got himself squared up, lined it out, and it centered off perfectly there. Got a good jump up onto the number 1 machine. Seemingly little to no issues there, but again, Hollyfield still trying to find a way around him. Tyler Dalton gotta be itching right now just to get back into the lead here. He had literally started up front in this one anyway. Nicholas Quinn's asking for the number 20 driver. Well, the number 20, Hunter Parsons, here he is. He's currently right now in the number 18 spot. He's 2 spots down from his qualifying position. Qualified 16th here as he's trying to get a little bit of momentum kicked back up in the field. He's got the 61 of Joshua Ingram right beside him, and the 88 of Joshua Atchison right behind him as the field works their way back down off the back half. 3 wide out. Some going in deep and trying to get out of that mess right there. They think something's going to happen. Nothing happens yet. It's clear through the turn. Can they stay clear though? Oh, it's just a little bit of a hit in the pinch in there. They're going to pinch up 4 deep. Oh, there's some bumping. There's a little bit of England getting taken for a bit of a ride. They're still 4 deep. There's no room there, sir. Look out. We've got trouble. Trouble and bruise on the front straightaway. A huge pileup ensuing. Joshua England trapped in the mix, and everyone couldn't get out of it in time. No caution yet. No caution is out. They're going to let him run. I don't know if the officials will allow that, or if the iRacing admins are just going to let him go. It looks like they'll let him go. There was no caution called. England, though, getting taken for a complete accidental 180 there, thrown into the loop and into the huge pileup ensuing. Those that made out of it clean are currently just trying to hang on. Now, speaking of England, actually, he is okay. I don't know how the heck he got out of it. I don't know how the heck he survived it, but I'll give him credit where credit's due. He got out of it really well. Let's take a look at the P10 instant replay and see what the heck happened here that started this madness in the first place. Look on the top left of your screen, bottom right now. You can see, here it is. Here they come. They're 4 deep. Watch the middle car. That's England stuck in there. Tyler Dalton there right on the leg. There goes Dalton. He gets clipped again. England slaps him, and you can see they got sent around, piling him up on the back half there. And the field currently was screaming to get out of there and get out of that mess. That is what unfortunately transpired. And the caution is out now, so the field actually going to get sent back around. Looks like there was some troubles down there. We missed it. Let's take a look at the replay. This is your battle for the leaders here. Watch Holyfield, the number 1. Here comes out of turn number 2. This is what caused the caution action to come out here. Looks like Katina got trapped, stuck in there. Holyfield, he gets spun, he gets flipped, and he's going for a ride. Oh, man. That is a clincher right there if I ever saw one. I think that might have been Myers that literally just barely evaded him there. We'll take another look at the replay. Watch Derek A. Myers' onboard camera here, folks. This one, well, you might be clinching a little bit too if you were Myers. Let's take a look at it. Oh, man. Oh, my. That is closer as they come. All right, one last look at it here. This is your chopper cam here. This is what started it. Katina came off that corner just a little bit wrong. He catches the 16. There goes Holyfield. Field tries to evade it. But oh, man, that is a lot closer than I thought it was. Oh, my. Wow, good, really good driving on Derek A. Myers there to avoid that without causing a huge issue for him and Holyfield. But my word, that was a nasty little hit there that they suffered through on the front stretch and on the back stretch for those that were involved. And the funny thing is, we've got about 20 laps in each time before that caution came out. And now with about 19 solid laps and everything else to go, now really kind of boils down to who can make or break it in the later half of this race. I know we got a few people sharing around our stream as well here. First off, thank you so much for that. I really do appreciate it. So we're currently still trying to approach the end game of this race and of this chaotic nature we have been a part of. So much going down and so much craziness intertwined. It's just so hard to really keep up, really just kind of even give you guys a clue or insight just on what is going down until it just kind of starts happening, and then we can start getting even further into the race. The field starting to rocket it towards their next level up. We go one more time around, then we're gonna fire these guys back up just for another set of race in action. Who knows what happens next? We don't even know. See the 22 James Smith there. He is gonna get the Hooters machine back on a chance here to get back on the lead lap. But unfortunately, about 3 laps down right now, this is not looking too good for him. 3 laps here is kind of, shall we say, an undertaking slash a major problem. Just to get back in general with as many laps you got left. And unless your name is Bill Elliott in a 1987 Cup car, yeah, I really don't think you're going to get very far with that there, guys. I've been very wrong before, though, so who knows? when we return to the green flag here, 16 laps remain. Doy Woods will go at it here. Zachary Dow's gonna return up to the front. Started back in the 11th spot, looking to try to get even further. Derek A. Myers all the way from 31st, fighting it hard. Justin Mons, 29th, fighting for everything he's got. Mike Kelly going 25 spots as well. He started in the he's looking for all he can here. Mons in the 28th. Kelly with the 29th positioning. This could get a bit wild here. Remember, with 70% of fuel under the hood, that should be enough for these drivers to just finish this race out entirely on their playing field and on their level. The pace car comes off, this time out of turn number 4, race fans. If you haven't been glued already, you may want to glue your eyes to this one. We don't know what's happening next. This is our first real true testament to see what these guys bring to the table. You see them on the top right of your screen. Lead them down. Our flagman in the middle, ready to bring the green. He drops it down. It's hammer down time. Here we go for the Sim 500 Super Speedway Series. Ripping it right around the track. All the obstacles laying in their way. Going silently now, kind of clipping it up and around the track as well here. Every driver trying to find an opening, trying to find a leg up, trying to get ahead of the field. Pack stacked, racked on the attack here. Middle ground. Looks like Katina trying to get out of that mess there in the middle. Hollyfield trying to do the same after a little spinning hiccup he suffered earlier. Ryan Werderman in the 74. Looks like he's looking for an opening. Going to the top, going for a run. Him and Zachary Dow's kind of set back on the pack here and set down on the track. Richard Beasley, the number 10, driving a very famed up scheme. The Tide 10 makes its return again to the show. But he's got the 49 of, well, actually the 41 of Mons right in front of him. It's not the 49, but it's the 41 there, guys. He's got the Coney Sub Shop team with the Chevrolet Camaro on the front, trying to pound and hit the loud pedal up as hard as they can to get this one locked in. Laps continuing to drive through and continuing to push these guys to new heights and new limits. They're going to go back 3 deep down off of turn 1 into turn number 2 here. Looks like 16 of Quentin Carpenter after getting involved in that little hiccup on the second lap, on that second caution. Just trying to keep focus, trying to keep speeds up, but unfortunately he does have a slight bit of damage there on the side of the fenders. It looks like a little bit of rear end and front nose damage as well. Looks like that Toyota Supra is not supposed to be bent in like that. You can see the damage kind of clipped up just the slightest bit. Speaking of slightest bit here, look at Joe Hudson, the Pennzoil 15 machine. He has actually found a little bit of run. He looks like he wants to try to make a move for it. He's going head to head with Scott Simley in the 12 machine as they're going right in through the turns and through the corners. So much action and craziness mixed in between. Over 45,000 in attendance here today on the back and on the front straightaway, while everyone else watches on here on PT Racing TV. Just eclipsing and going as crazy as it gets to perform at such a high level, such a high stake. Justin Mons yet again now throwing shade at Doy Woods, trying to force him to get a little bit behind him, trying to stack him up in the pack. These guys just will not give an inch to the other. of the guys that got kind of trapped up earlier, like Rollin Holyfield, are going up topside again, trying to not get stuck in that mess there. But at the same time, you got guys like Kevin England who really kind of encapsulated and got really wrapped up in the best by no means their own in their mind. They really were just kind of a moment. They were just kind of a part of the product, which was just the overall craziness that goes with racing. We're getting a bit of that and then some still here as the field is currently just in a dive and a fight to make use and make corner entries as much as possible here. 11 laps left to go. We'll be going up with 10 to go here in a minute. Oh, look at Monzo going high side. He threw one right at the 28. May have been a bad move, though. He got himself crossed and applesauced a little bit down. He gets the 41 squared back up, though. He still has the lead. Doy Woods and Richard Beasley probably backing off. I don't know if he's trying to block like a Joey Logano out there and ended up failing it or what he's up to, but that was not a smart move, in my opinion, to go up that high that quickly. Got to keep his cool and keep himself under pressure here. These guys will not be making it easy for him. He knows it too. Ten laps remaining here. Sized up, rounding them out. Every driver right now just trying to get the better of the other. Doy Woods slight advantage on the top thanks to Myers, but here comes Mons again. Big push there from the Ted Beasley. And again, with that push, then allows the other driver behind to then draft him back up into the pack here. But again, you got to be careful of that because a little too much tape on that front of that grill, and you're going to overheat it quickly. So you've got to make sure when you're drafting and you're going to push that thing to a full-on limit, you better know where that car has been and where it's at to make sure it can handle the force and the pressure, especially when the madness ensues over the front and the back stretch. Turn number 2, big wreck ensues. And this time, those that got out of that first wreck don't get out of this one so easily. Looked like Shannon Wood and a few of them got completely taken out here and taken for a bit of a ride there. There it is right there, the 3 wide. Yep, Shannon got clipped by the 16 Quentin Carpenter. Kevin England this time, no escape from that one. He gets trapped. So soars it right into the wall. Alright, we'll take another look at it here from the PTMS replay standpoint. Let's take a look at Carpenter as he got him right in the corner. That is going to be our main focus between him and Shannon Wood. Carpenter goes in 3 wide, catches him, and then catches England, and then everybody else getting trapped. And Holyfield able to actually stay out of trouble there, but that's taking a little bit of damage, but a massive damage on that 0-2. The rear end of the nose completely destroyed. And that certainly will not help their cause any here. And they don't get any fast repairs either, so they knew going in they were going to have to make some moves or make some rushes here. But rushing to the front like that or trying to make a big move like that comes with a high risk, high reward. Some drivers sometimes just do not look at the risk, they look at the reward. The consequences, though, could be dangerous and catastrophic. Well, they just got a piece and a taste of that here, as you just seen on the show. So right now, currently, Doy Woods, Justin Mons, Derek A. Myers, Richard Beasley, Scott Simley, and Josh Parker. That is the top 5 at the moment. As Parker, I'm not really sure what he's up to. I've heard of going to the outside to clear up your tires or get some extra treads off, but I don't know where the heck is Parker going here. Either he's trying to shorten this track out and keep all the fuel mileage he can, or he might have completely lost it out here. The only thing I can think of, he's trying to save fuel, so he's just cutting out the track as much as possible. Granted, that's just gonna be my guess here. So you guys can let me know your guesses in the comment section below, or you can tell me how completely clueless I am. Either one I take, I don't take any offense to it. I gotta learn somewhere, so that's the rule in the land of the law. We have double filed the field back into position. There's 5 laps on the line. Something's gotta give. But who will it be? That is their ultimate question. Field will launch their way off of turn number 4 with 5 laps to go. Who is going to make or break their day? The choice is theirs. 27 drivers on the lead lap right now. That means 27 positions of absolute chaos that can unfold. Top 5 on your screen for the final 5 laps. Here we go to the green flag restart zone. Someone's going to win this one out. Who will it be here at Talladega? Launch down to the backstretch. Field honing in, trying to craft up where they can get the speed, the momentum to carry through. Every driver for themselves, though, as you know, as Woods and Mons are going to hang on. Myers trying to do the same. Beasley pushing in, trying to park this thing in as quick as possible. Josh Parker also stuck in that round. He's got all the fuel he needs, though. If at all enough to win this one out, that's up to him. They've got 4 laps to go this time on by. Field looks like they may be getting a little bit impatient, trying to push and draft as hard as they can. I guarantee you somebody's going to that top outside though. But when they do, will they follow or will they try to use them up? Look at this, Coleman. I see him lingering in the back here, trying to get a camera on him. That's not going to look good though. Coleman, big wreck, ensuing again. Trouble. Well, we kind of saw it happen as it went around there, but whatever happened from there, it's kind of hard to tell. All we can tell you is we just got to go visit the PTM Instant Replay and set up for a green-white checker now because things are about to get even more heated up. Let's see if we can look from here. Look like 3 deep, and somebody got clipped here. Looks like I pushed in the back. I think Coleman actually got punted in the back there. I can't get a number on that one. We'll have to go see the chopper cam here. I'm not going to try to speculate who got who and when and where. I'm just going to show you where it came from. Looks like it was the 41 that got him in this case. The 41 is being driven. Yeah, right here Coleman gets trapped, gets hit, goes into the 58. Yeah, you can just see as soon as he got him. EJ Orrick drives the 41 there, and he got into the 38 of Coleman. Coleman probably not too happy about that one. Probably wasn't expecting that hit to begin with, much less anything else to happen. And then the madness just ensuing here on a horrible spot. Sets us back up here for yet another fight out here between the positions, between the drivers. All you can really know or even say at this point is just what happens next and where does everything go from here. So a green-white checker attempt coming up. For those that don't know what that's all about, I'll explain it real quickly. A green-white checker is very simple. We start with a green, then we go a lap around. We bring out a white, we go back one more time, checkers are out, somebody wins it. The rest all boils down to one thing: can you keep yourself out of trouble? Time running out here. You got 2 laps to figure it out here, boys. What do you do? Where do you go? All that remains is what lays in wait. Down to the corner blocks here on the front straightaway here. Will Talladega reward us with incredible finish, or will we see insanity strike again? Possibly for the last time today. Top 5 on your screen. Lead him down to the green here. Flagman getting ready. And he drops it down. Here we go. A couple of them already trying to get in there. That's not where room. There's no room there, though. Oh, my. Oh, no. Are you kidding me? They went dead 4 wide off the start. I don't even think anybody was even expecting that. And they only get 1 more green, white checker. This is their last attempt coming up. But first of all, I want to see who's the one that did it first. Looks like I got Ron Holyfield up on that one here. So we'll go ahead and take a look at the chopper cam here. See if he jumps the start here. Well, there's a good reason why that can't be right there. You see everyone gets trapped. Looked like a 32 just took a little bit of a clip there. Holyfield had nowhere to go. England nowhere to go either. Oh my goodness. Well, I guess now I really can't blame him for what he did, but at the same time, I mean, everything else that happened in front of there, I don't know. That's, you guys judge that one for what it's worth. I'm not going to make any judgments there. That's not my call. It looked to me, though, like right out of the start, 04 got trapped, got punted, and then Holyfield was trying to evade it, and then everyone else got into that mess. And I don't know what the 32 did there or what was going on, but yeah. Hard to really make that judgment call, but there's one last green-white checkered attempt. Well, for Doy Woods, in his mind right now, he's just probably thinking, as long as they keep doing this, I'll be okay. Because they'll pretty much win the race by that count. But again, that's on him if he can get it done here. You can't call the race over until it's over. Josh Parker just jumping right up ahead here. I don't really know what's going on with him there, but Well, they get one last opportunity and one last chance to figure this out. Time has come. They got one last chance to get it down no matter what happens this time. If that caution flag pops out, it's done. It's over with. Justin Mons, Doy Woods, Richard Beasley, Derek A. Myers, Josh Barker, Scott Simley, Doug Roth, Joe Hudson, Mike Kelly, Joey Katina, top 10 in this one. They're left at their wits' end. They have nothing left to lose and everything to gain for some. What will you do to push yourself to the limit with only a couple miles remaining in front of you? They're about to find that out the hard way. Off the distance, down to the corners, lingering in. Awaiting the command and awaiting the start. They're going to file them back in there. They come down to the line. Green flag drops them. Here we go. They get it past the line this time. Deadlocked behind everybody around that middle round to the background, going up top, 3 wide saluting. No, let's stay where they're at right now. They're going to try to charge them. Huge push. Mons pushed to his limits here. Look up top side, 3 wide out. Simley going for the run here. He's looking for the momentum. Looking to try to stay with it. The two of Mike Kelly nearly getting both of them. They'll go into this corner. Down to the level. Here we go. They're going to get on the white flag. Looks like we're going to finish this one under green. White flag this time on by. Something's going to give. Who will it be, though? Woods only ahead by a slight amount of error there. Mons looks like he's going to push it quicker. He's going to push quickly. He's got Beasley trying to push as hard as he can just to keep him on line. Trying to strengthen him, keeping him down through the corners. They are dead even. They're slamming the gas pedal and nearly slamming each other down to the line. Down the back straight away. Everyone getting a little bit loose. Little corner off. Harder to control. Momentum starting to shift. Swing him down through turn number 3 to turn number 4. Mons trying to keep his composure. But he gets cripped up. Trapped in the set. They'll bring him back down the line. Myers looking for the slingshot pass on Woods. Gives him some room. Opens the door for Myers straight to the finish line. Myers will take it home straight to the line as he takes Woods out on the front straightaway. Oh my. Parker will come up just second and Woods will have to settle for a 3rd place finish. But unreal. What a race to the end. Quick question, what they would do to make it to the front, to make it to the drive off. Myers catches Woods just at the right time. And the 39 is going to be visiting victory lane. Not only traveling from the outhouse to the White House, but claims the Hard Charger Award winner. 30 spots up from 31st to 30th. What a performance. I think he's trying to get a burnout going. There he goes. While the celebration continues, here is your finishers today. Myers will hold off by 8,000 of a second to Josh Parker. Doy Woods will go third. Higman Jr. taking home fourth. Doug Roth finishes in the top five. Justin Mons goes sixth. Seventh to Simley. Eighth will go to Burkhart. Ninth to Oric. And 10th to Carpenter to round out the top 10. The rest of your finishers on your screen now as well here after a just wild, exciting, and just flat out chaotic race from point A to point B. Nobody was left without their jaw just figuring out what the heck to do. For getting off the floor in this case. It's time to talk to your top three drivers here, race fans. And boy, there could be some word of words here. I don't know. Let's hopefully they keep it clean here in the chat. Let's find out though. See, we've got Doy Woods as the third place finisher right now, currently awaiting his arrival here. Have to wait and see here. Currently, I'm just waiting on them to pop on in here. Looks like might just jump around, of course, here accordingly. We maybe we'll just start with our first place finisher here. We'll just see how Derek Myers feels about this one. Start here. Here he comes now. He's going to join us now here in the chat, race fans here. He's going to come away today as your winner today, ladies and gentlemen, in the number 39, Derek A. Myers pulling off the W. And Derek, my friend, you had to throw a late run there on the inside. Woods gives you room. You throw it down low and then bring it to him, man. What on earth were you thinking there?
Oh man, I was just thinking of that nice trophy in Victory Lane. It was great to work with Doyle all race, and I was going to push him to the finish unless there was a chance to make a move. And we came off four, and there was no one to my outside. I have a few moves up my sleeve, and I faked right, saw that he was going to block it, so I swerved left. Then he continued to block that one, and I kind of let up a little bit, and he nearly spun himself across my nose. But he ended up third, so I'm glad we worked together all race, and he got to bring it home third. But it feels so good to get the win.
Feels good to get the win, pull this one off after a long, elongated fight from start to finish here. I mean, for you and this team here, I mean, how important was this win just to get off and finally kind of take one home after so long here in this league?
We're not in the playoffs, so we're out here to win, and that's why I ran up front all race, trying to lead as many laps as possible and conserve fuel at the same time. But it was fun to run up there all race. We nearly got collected in a backstretch wreck with Ron Holyfield. I don't even know if we were an inch away from hitting that rear tailgate, or our race could have been over 20 laps ago. But yeah, we're out here for wins, and that's what's gonna try. We're gonna try to make that happen next week or whenever the next race is, but for the rest of the season.
Well, I can tell you right now, you can go back and watch that little clip for what you just asked about and you said, because we got all that and then some on the show. But we'll let you leave that to watch that later on. But nevertheless, there, Derek, man, congratulations. I got to ask you, man, who you want to thank for this?
I'd like to thank everyone at Sim 500 who puts on the leagues every week and all the races and all the admins. I'd also like to thank my sponsor, Bang Energy, and my teammates at Smoke Show Racing. And I would also like to thank you at PTM Racing for broadcasting our race tonight.
Absolutely, man. It was a pleasure to call and see you from start A to point B here. Derek, congratulations, man. What a performance out on the track.
Thank you.
Derek Myers, ladies and gentlemen, going to win it out here as the race winner today. Josh Parker now joins me here on the line here. He's going to take home second place out of this field. And Josh, nothing to sneeze at, my friend. 28 spots to the field, going second place and nearly getting him at the line. 8,000 a second between you and Myers. I mean, that had to have been a wild little finish there for you and that team, too.
Yeah, I mean, I was literally just driving around. I didn't want to be, the reason why the points were all screwed up. I didn't, uh, yeah, I didn't know the situation for anybody, so I was just kind of tent to run where I was on that greenway track, and that's third, and just see where I ended up, and it ended up almost being the winning move.
He almost ended up being the winning move and taking control of that. But man, I'll say as well. I mean, we did see it kind of laying low as well earlier on. I mean, but with the way things were kind of going at and the action getting a little crazier, did you at that point you just feel like it was just time to kind of go for broke and go for the move you had to?
I was kind of like Derek. I was just in it to win, so I was kind of just positioning myself to be in the best spot. And if I wasn't, to be honest, I don't think there was a best spot. I was just following the pack and just seeing where I ended up.
For sure there. All right. Well, man, I got to ask you, though, at the end of the day, you're still going to come away second out of this team, so who do you want to thank for this podium today?
Everyone at Simfamajet, team name, you guys were doing the broadcast. Derek on the win. Doy had a good race. Sucks for Doy. It looks like Doy had that wrapped up, but
You had it all wrapped up, but hey, man, at the end of the day, it was still a good performance and a good end to this one, so it was good to see you back here on the show here. Barker, congratulations on the second place finish today, sir.
thank you.
Josh Barker, ladies and gentlemen, going to take it home today in the second place spot. Time to listen in, though, to the guy that comes away here in third place here. Doy was in the 28. Doy, nothing to sneeze at here with this one. A third place finish, coming in line. But I got a feeling at the same time, still a little bit of disappointment is there in the back of your head after all the madness and mess you just went through there, sir.
Yeah, I mean, I had the baddest cat in the alley. I had the fastest car, and I was up front the whole race. I wasn't taking it easy like some guys, but I felt good about it. But yeah, bittersweet. I should have came down a little lower, but looking back on it, I wish after we touched the second time, I wish the second time I'd have dictated that, and maybe I'd have came out on top. Should have got a little bit more physical there at the end, but. Proud that my car was up front all race. Everybody who watched the race saw me up front all race, and I'm proud about that.
Yeah, you were up there for quite a while, put on an impressive performance and a great showing of yourself and this team. I know things were a little bit wild there, unfortunately, with the way the positioning kind of came out at the end, but nevertheless, with the way this crew and this team is looking, do you think in the next couple of weeks we'll return with you guys here in January? You think might be able to finally get that one back into victory lane or put on a little bit of an extra performance for these guys?
I think so. I mean, the last couple of weeks I've been, doing a little bit more racing, and I've been out of tune a while, not racing a lot. Just part timing, and you can't part time and be competitive. But I got news flash for a lot of guys. I got a little bit more free time now, so I'm coming for everybody.
Well, definitely some fighting words from the camp here in the 28. Doy, I got to ask you, though, as you finalize this one out today, who do you want to thank for this podium, sir?
All the guys back at the shop: Chad, Pedro, David, um, Josh, all the guys that make it happen, make me better. We make all of us better, and we're a force to be reckoned with, and we plan on winning all the damn races.
All right, well, Doy is letting down the hardwood on these boys, and it looks like he's making sure everyone's well aware of who's coming for him. Doy, congratulations tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
Well, that is one feisty little interview there. Doy definitely not holding his words back. That's the way we like it in some regards. As long as he keeps PG, that's all I care about. Anyway, race fans, thank you all so much for tuning on in here. Thank you so much for coming on out. From all of us here at Pizza Race TV, it's been wild, it's been fun, and we still got a few more to call. Tomorrow night, Six Sigma Sim Racing Oval League returns, and then also we get to get down and dirty a little bit more. We're going to have a little fun with the ARCA Series, their Christmas race, as that Pit Stall Race Series has a little fun down there in Phoenix. And then from there, it'll pretty much kind of be sporadic, but we'll let you guys in on where we're at and where we're going on. Make sure to kind of tune in if you want. We'll have broadcast availability openings from the dates listed in our post already, so check that out. For all of us here at Pizza Race TV, though, we'll sign off tonight. Thank you so much for tuning in. We'll catch you next time.